Good morning, everybody. Um, my name is Tremaine Wills. I am a financial planner and investment advisor. I own a company called Mind Over Money, where we are on a mission to help 1 million households grow their invested assets to $1 million or more. We do this through creating comprehensive financial plans, giving investing advice, teaching and promoting financial literacy through live trainings like this. And today's segment is questions that need answers. We're going to answer the question, what are the 7 streams of income that everybody likes to talk about when we're talking about building wealth? And so if you know anybody who could benefit from learning these, I encourage you to share this stream. If you'd like to make sure that you are present for every time that I go live, be sure to follow, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so that you can join me live. All right. So now that we've gotten that kind of stuff out of the way, I always ask this question, where are folks tuning in from? So if you are watching with me live and if you are watching a replay of this, let me know in the comments where you are tuning in so that I am aware. Good morning. God bless you too. Yes, wealth is a love language. Okay, I am here for that, right? And so for those of you who don't know, my company is based in the United States. We are in Virginia. And so it's always so amazing to see how far the message spreads. Okay, Alabama. Is that Tuscaloosa? That's a cool place to be. So yeah, I always like to see where the message reaches. So again, even if you're not watching this live, let me know in the comments where this lesson is landing. All right. So we're going to dive into it. I want to share what the 7 streams of income are. So if you missed yesterday's live, I talked about what an income plan was and why it is in your best interest to have one. Because for many of us, we have goals and they are limited to the extent of how much income we bring in. So it's important that you have a strategy for increasing your income every single year. And so one of those ways is to plan out streams of income, right? So for many of us, we know the first stream that all of us have, which is the earned income. But oftentimes what I'm seeing is that when people are talking about having multiple streams of income, they're really talking about having multiple earned income streams, right? Where you pick up second job. And while it may bring more income into your house, it's splitting your time. And so it's not one of the most efficient ways to really generate wealth because you're still trading time for money. So I want to dive into what the 7 streams are and what is a better way to really start to build wealth so that you don't find yourself working 80, 90, 100 hours a week in this rat race trying to build wealth. All right. So, of course, the first one is earned income. So, when you think about earned income, that is when you are going into work or working from home and you're trading time for money. That is our primary source of income. Then we have interest income. This is money that we make when we lend money to someone else and we earn interest from it, right? And so many of us are very familiar with paying interest, right? Especially if you have mortgage, car notes, anytime you've borrowed money, the interest paid is income for the institution. You can earn interest in the same way, right? So if you have a savings account where, especially if you're at a high yield place, the income, that interest that you make is income. That's a second stream of income. We like that, right? So it's a great way to generate income passively because all you're doing is you're putting your money to work. While takeaway 1, don't trade time for money, right? Some of us are in a position where that's the only asset we really have is our time. And so we have to trade it for money. But ultimately, what we want to do is get to a place where we are not solely relying on our time to generate income. All right. And so I'm going to talk through some more of these income strategies so that you can start to build a portfolio of different income streams. So number 2 is interest, right? When you loan money out, the ability for people to borrow it, they pay interest for access to that. We can do that, right? It doesn't just have to be the bank. Then the third one is profit income. And so a lot of businesses are in a position to generate profit. Some of the best ways to generate profit is when you own a business and then you sell it. right? The profit that we make from all of that hard work that we put in, and be able to turn that asset into cash in our pocket, right? And so it's interesting that so many people get frustrated with founders and business owners when they sell, when they don't realize that that was part of their wealth strategy the entire time, right? We love entrepreneurship, we love business ownership, but at the end of the day, for many of us, the exit is how we start to generate a large income stream that can supplement us through retirement. So if you've never sold a business before, it's important that you start to shift your mindset around, well, why might a business owner sell? Because that might be their only way to generate that large income stream that they need for retirement, right? Because I'm not trying to work forever. And so being able to have an asset that you can sell for profit is a way to generate another income stream, right? All right, good morning. So that's number three. Then we have dividend income. Dividend income is awesome because this allows us to retain an asset and then get paid for owning it. Okay. And so we can benefit from the appreciation in that particular asset, right? But also just like getting paid because it belongs to us. And you might find this commonly in stocks, right? So you have dividend stocks where when the company is doing well, they still pay out money to people who are owners in the form of dividends. So ownership has its perks, okay? Then we have rental income, and this is a huge one for leveraging assets that you own that are tangible. So lots of people build wealth through real estate because they're able to rent out that property and leverage it to generate income. You can have rental income from cars, right? We've seen the rise of like Turo, um, and different things like that. And so rental income comes from you having an asset and you allowing somebody else to use it for a period of time. You still retain that ownership, but now it generates income for you. Oh, Brian, we talking about Verizon. Okay. All right. So that was number five. Then number six, we have royalty income. And this one is not as common as the others, right? Royalty income happens when you create something and then you're able to generate income from it, allowing other people to use it. So kind of similar to rental, but not the same, right? I might have royalties from creating music, right? And then for all of the streams and every time that it's played, I can get a check because they were able to leverage that intellectual property, right? You can also find royalty income on natural resources. And so, excuse me, look, I'm not trying to step on no toes today. I'm just trying to teach, right? But you can get royalty income from natural resources, right? And then the seventh stream is capital gains. And we like this, right? Because this is when we have assets that we might have purchased at a lower price and then some time passes and then we sell it, and because of the appreciation of the value of the asset we get a gain on that, right? And so again, we see this a lot with property that we might sell. It could be stock that you own that you didn't sell, right? Any asset that you have that over time it passes and then you're able to sell it and there's a gain, right? You got an increase in capital, and so there's a capital gain. That's another income stream, right? So when you're thinking about multiple streams of income, these are the different types of buckets that you want to have your assets. Now, for some of us, our only opportunity might be, having multiple streams inside of that earned income bucket. But what we don't want to do is overly invest our time in having 6, 7, 8, 9 different side hustles, right? And so a better way to think about it is to identify like what skill sets do I have right now that I'm relatively good at, and how can I turn those skill sets into passive income streams that are making me money where I don't have to trade time for money, and then how can I leverage the assets I have to direct them into a different income stream, right? So I can take the assets that I have to turn them into interest income, to turn them into profit income, to turn it into dividends, turn it into royalties, turn it into capital gains, right? And so then the money's working harder. All right. So hopefully this was beneficial to you. If you enjoyed today's lesson, feel free to share it with somebody else. If you're not already following, follow on whatever platform you're watching, and then turn those notifications on so that you can be present when we go live the next time. If you haven't already gotten a message from me, I'm having a live workshop where I'm going to talk through how you can start to put together some of your strategy to get out of debt and build wealth. Slide in my DMs if you didn't get that message already, but completely free workshop on Thursday, November 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you there. I'll do more teaching like this with some actionable steps that you can take. All right, guys. So this has been amazing. If you enjoyed it, feel free to come back tomorrow. We're every day at 8 a.m. And then if you want to be abreast and share your questions and you want me to answer it live, you can shoot me a DM and let me know what question that you have, and I'll answer it one of these days on questions that need answers. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad it was helpful. All right, guys, have a great day. It's time to dive into my day, and I'll see you guys next time.